Hey y'all, welcome to Horse Range Mountain Farm. I'm Nathan, and today, as I promised in our short video, that we're going to put all this in this 5-gallon bucket and make it last 30 years. But first, we've got this bucket right here that we packed in 2015, and we're going to open it and show you what's inside of it and show you that it's all still good. If you'll notice, when we pack our buckets, we write on the side everything that's in it. And we also write the date that we packed it. I don't know, Tabitha must have wrote this, it's upside down. Anyway, and a lot of the things that are in this bucket, we don't eat anymore because it was before we started being more conscious about our health. So I want to open this bucket up.
You want to tell them why we got some of
We always put like grocery bags and coffee filters because you can sort of filter water a little bit if it's muddy or something like that, or make coffee. And you always need grocery bags. So this Mylar bag that's in here, you can seal these things over and over. Get my trusty scissors out.
the moment of truth.
So that's the old oxygen absorbers. We're going to throw those away, put more in there. So this bucket we've got flaxseed, which there's nothing wrong with that. We got gravy mixes, chili mix, dehydrated sweet potatoes, and these are just dehydrated potatoes. That's instant potatoes. Macaroni noodles, some lemon packets, directions on how to make instant potatoes, directions on how to make oats, got a bag of egg noodles. Here's more directions. It never hurts to put directions in. We got pinto beans. We have, I think that's powdered milk, I think. And that's more powdered milk. Tea bags and cornmeal. We've got these nasty Kool-Aid mixes in here. We're going to throw those away.
Let's open up that cornmeal and see what it looks like inside of it, just to see. Yeah.
And in the bottom, we just poured rice in the bottom. And that's fine. Alright, so let's open this other chicken bouillon.
Oh yeah.
Ready? Alright, let's open the cornmeal up.
Which we no longer use this brand. We grind our own now because they add a lot of ingredients.
Junk.
Yeah. That is not necessary, so we don't.
You can see it's just fine.
And so how many years has that been?
2015, that's 8 years.
8 years, and it's still fine. That's awesome.
So let's put it all back in. Let's see if I'm good enough to get it back in there like it was.
So you threw away the stuff we no longer use.
That's right. The junk.
And now that we don't use that type of cornmeal, if someone else needed it,
You can use it to barter with or
yeah.
anything else, you know. Give it to your neighbor if they're having a bad time.
Do you want to open one of those bags to show them?
It's just,
We can put it in a Ziploc.
it's fine. It's just dehydrated potatoes that we dehydrated ourselves, and they're just fine. They're-
Is it all gonna fit back,
I
Nathan?
think so.
Don't forget your oxygen absorbers.
I won't. This rice that was on the counter, I'll just throw it away. And we'll seal this back up when we seal the other bucket, and I'll show you how to do all that. So this chicken bouillon is junk. We used to think it was good. This probably got MSGs and all kind of junk in it. Kool-Aid, got red dye, all these dyes that are not good for you. So we're just gonna throw it away. And the old oxygen absorber, you don't want to reuse those. Alright, so we're gonna take this bucket now, and then you take your, this is actually a 6-gallon Mylar bag. Just stick it down in here. So all this stuff right here, we're putting whole grains in. Because as soon as you crack a grain, it starts losing its nutritional value. But as long as you keep them whole, they last a long, long time. And we're putting these in whole because we have a grinder. We do everything ourselves. And we have this chart right here that tells us how much wheat or any kind of berry, and then that's how much cup of flour it'll make, or how many cups of flour it'll make. So we're going to start putting everything in here now. I mean, beans, you can use them with anything. So we had a bag of Great Northern beans, a bag of pinto beans. Our youngest son's gluten-free everything, so we've got gluten-free linguine noodles, gluten-free spaghetti noodles, and I know people are wondering, like, why are you putting just noodles in there? But we can spaghetti sauce, we can beef. You can use them with so much stuff that you already have. And then we've got white rice flour, sorghum flour. These make awesome pancakes.
Especially if you mix sorghum and buckwheat, right?
Oh yeah. Got rice. Powdered milk. And these bags, you want to crack them open just a little bit, and I forgot to do that with the rice. Because you want the oxygen absorber to be able to do its job. With these other 2 bags of flour, you just want to kind of poke one little hole in the top of them. And this wheat, I know people are wondering, are your son's gluten-free? he doesn't have celiac disease. So he's real sensitive to processed wheat and stuff. They take all the nutrition out of it, then they add some stuff back to it, and it's really terrible for you. But these are whole wheats, and most people that can't handle the wheat from the store, the ground flour and stuff, they can eat this without any problems, and our son is one of those. He can do fine. So we have whole wheat, we have einkorn, which is it's another form of wheat.
They say it's an ancient grain.
Yeah, it's like what they used to eat. We have white corn. That's what we grind up to make cornmeal with.
What else can you make out of it?
You could make hominy out of it. You could make grits out of it. You could rehydrate it and make just regular corn. We have yellow popcorn. You can use it for popcorn, or you can grind it for cornmeal. We got gluten-free gravy mix for our youngest son. I know people are like, why do you have brown gravy mix? The same as I said before with the spaghetti noodles. We can a lot of meat and we'll have it. Taco seasoning, same way. We can ground beef. Have yeast to make bread with. And tea, because I like tea.
And you could also add coffee if you're a coffee drinker, or
Yeah.
herbal teas.
Now with the tea or coffee, you want to keep it sealed because you don't want that flavor getting into all your food. I could actually put another couple things in here. Let me go see what I can find. I'll be right back. Alright, so we found some baby lima beans and some buckwheat. The buckwheat's already ground, but it'll be okay. I'll squeeze the buckwheat in here. Uh-oh, I opened it. Let me put it in there. Alright, put the buckwheat in here. Yeah, it just does not want to stay closed. There we go. Then we're going to lay the baby lima beans on top. So it says for a 5-gallon bucket that you're supposed to put 2,000 cc oxygen absorber in it. But we always go a little bit more than that. So these are 2,000 cc oxygen absorbers, and we get them from Bread Bakers. So I'm going to take one of those.
You can also order them online.
Yeah. I'm going to throw it in here. Doesn't matter where. And I'm going to take a couple of these 200 cc oxygen absorbers and throw in here just for safekeeping. And we always keep these sealed up because if you don't, they'll go bad. So all we're going to do now, and guys, go steal your wife's hair straightening iron, whatever this thing's called. Works great for these Mylar bags. So we're going to turn it on and get it hot. Alright, so we've written everything that's inside this bucket on here. And if you look at it all, it's amazing it all fit, really. And then we always pack, or put the date that we packed the bucket. Now we've put our oxygen absorbers in here, and now all we have left to do is to seal the bag. Pull it as tight as we can. Like I said, guys, go steal your wife's hair straightening iron thing. And all you do is start at one end and just run across it. When you get close to the ends, you want to push all the air you can out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to hold it on there too long so it doesn't melt it.
No. Over a couple times just to make sure you got it sealed good. And you can cut these bags, as long as there's room in the bags to put things, you can cut them and go below where you cut and reseal them. We're going to do that on this one. And we got to get melting plastic. Another 2,000. Another 200. Throw them in here. Do the same thing we did on the other one. I don't know who cut this janky cut, so they need to be fired.
You don't get burned.
Hey, these things are hot. If you didn't know.
That pink looks pretty in your hand, Nathan.
It does. It matches my shoes. We'll do the same thing with this one. Push it over here. We can out of it. Now, when I was a kid, my dad, he didn't do it like this, but he bought the buckets that are already sealed, and you can do that. You can buy buckets of grain that are already sealed. And when we were teenagers, we thought he was crazy, but now we're figuring out he's actually pretty smart. Don't tell him I said that. So just push it in here. We're gonna put our coffee filters back in, our grocery bags back in.
Oh, we need to put coffee filters and bags in that one too. Will it fit?
Let's see if it'll fit. And it fit.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle. Now what we're going to do on this is just take out the stuff that we took out. We're going to mark it out. And I guess I wrote upside down. That's my handwriting.
So the truth comes out.
The truth comes out. We'll see if I can read good enough upside down to find the Kool-Aid.
You're almost to it.
Oh. Alright, we're going to put our bags in here. Just kind of shove them in the sides or wherever. Best you can get them. Coffee filters. And let's see if we can get the lid on this one. Let them hang out. There you go. One easy survival bucket, prepping bucket, whatever you want to call it. Food security, that's what we call it. You can also think of this as an insurance policy. You guys have a blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Leave us a comment below. Hey y'all.
What are you doing, Nathan? I thought you were ready to do your video. Are you really? Hey, where's the bucket opener?
It's probably